Man, I really wish I could listen to that awesome music that I picked for the start screen there, the whatever you call it, the pre-roll screen. Hello, everybody. I'm Justin. Welcome to Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is still cold here, not as cold as it was last week. We had some snow already. We've had our first snow here in the Twin Cities. It was just a little bit, not much of a pain in the ass as it can be in past years, but it is early. It is a couple weeks early at least for the snow here. It's all gone now, all melted, so that's good. My wire is still up in the backyard. The 100-foot wire is still standing, so hopefully you guys can hear me. I can see the meter moving. It looks good. I know I was a little bit soft last time as far as the audio, and I've gone through and I've fixed that. I've also fixed the web camera situation. You're still on the laptop camera right in front of me for this particular shot, but as we go into the main window here, we're back on the good camera. Yay, I figured it out. Just took a restart. And I noticed that the audio for the SDR is muted, so let's unmute that really quick. So the frequency of the week, as announced yesterday over on DXCentral, was 1400, which is a graveyarder, and I was hoping it wouldn't be 1490. Not that 1490 is bad, but 1490 is a little tougher. 1400, on the other hand, is even more of a challenge, which is why I'm fine with it, because I like challenges. There is a local here in the Twin Cities on 1400. If you're not familiar with the Twin Cities dial, we have a local there. It's KMNV. KMNV, it's a Spanish station. You can probably hear it in the background of this audio right now. And I can see that it's kind of low, and I'll turn that up a little bit. But yeah, tonight we're just going to be checking out 1400 for a little bit, and then we'll play around, see what else is on. I got a couple of chats open. We'll see who else is on when they're not supposed to be. Last time, I don't know if you were with us last time. If you were, and I can see the chat. The chat is about 20 to 30 seconds behind. So as you're hearing me now, count 20 seconds, and that's the delay. Because I have it going, my live stream going on the computer to my left, and I can see the timing delay between. It's actually over 30 seconds, maybe 35, closer to 40 seconds. But so if you do say something, just know that I will see it about 40 seconds later. Or I'll see it live, but I'll respond 40 seconds later. There we go. We're coming up on the top of the hour. We'll turn up the audio here on the RSB2 Pro. Right now we're kind of muddy. This is 1400. I've been watching what people have been getting on the 1400 tonight. Like I said, I do have a local there, and you're probably hearing the Spanish there. Yeah, it's La Raza. That's got to be our local there. So I did learn a couple of. Hi guys, I can see you coming up in the chat. I did learn a couple of techniques we'll talk about after the top of the hour from Lloyd yesterday about how to deal with these graveyarders. Sad. I have a radio that that's got problems too. It's a Grundig S350, and it's got a bad tuning knob or something. It's really scratchy, and the time jumps. We're coming up on the top of the hour here. So that was the top of the hour. There was nothing there. Audio is kind of muddy tonight. I'm not sure if that's something that I'm doing in SDR Uno here. By the way, the software here is SDR Uno, but the audio is kind of muddy tonight. So we blew through the top of the hour. Didn't hear anything like no IDs. Sometimes here on 1400 I can hear KEYL from Long Prairie, Minnesota. I can hear WBIZ from Eau Claire. I've got numerous logs on 1400. 1400 is actually a good frequency for me. Let's see. I've heard WGIL Galesburg. Here, I'll go through this with you guys. You can actually see my logs here. These are available on ubstudios.com. I've got WGIL Galesburg, Illinois. I've got KCOG Centerville, Iowa. KVFD Fort Dodge, Iowa. Of course, KMNV St. Paul. That's my local. That's one I heard on the first day I was here. KEYL Long Prairie, I just mentioned. KMHL Marshall, Minnesota. Oops. What else do I have? KFRU Columbia, Missouri. KCOW Alliance, Nebraska. KBRB Ainsworth, Nebraska. KLIN Lincoln, Nebraska. And you can see I have audio from some of these recorded off of either the SDR or my older radios. KQDJ Jamestown. That one in particular, in fact, I remember this log. This one may have been on one of our streams a couple of years, or a year ago, or earlier this year rather, it would have been, because I logged this in March. My memory sucks today. But this one I can remember was sticking out like a sore thumb, and you can see I have two recordings of the audio too. One of them is probably clearer than the other, but KQDJ is sometimes a super pest, or at least it was that night. Of course, WBIZ Eau Claire, WJRN Racine, Wisconsin, WATW Ashland. I can't speak tonight. It's a good thing I didn't have that yogurt that I was here. So that's all. I have 14 logs on 1400. Once again, my log is online at ubstudios.com. You can see the very same thing I'm seeing. It's not the greatest log. It's all built with crappy HTML, but there it is, you know. So, can you guys hear the audio as far as like the radio itself? Can you hear that? I know you can hear me fine because I'm bouncing off almost to the red here. I was trying to find that balance between the microphone and the radio, and I can see the meter moving. So I know you guys can hear the audio. Just let me know in the chat if it sounds okay. I guess I can really quickly turn up my audio from my other computer. Maybe. Oh yeah, you guys can hear the audio from the radio. So yeah, this was an intended broadcast. This one was going to be more prepared. I gave you a couple days notice, I think. I talked about it yesterday. Welcome in Keegan. Welcome in Lacrosse. Welcome in T. Porter. My wife is on here. That's embarrassing. And all the other guys who haven't commented yet. I know there are more than you guys watching, so thanks for joining me. I don't know if we're going to get anything else other than KM&V tonight. This has not been a... Oh, there is something else there. Sounds like country. It's hard to get rid of that. There we go. That helps with the bass a little bit. Somebody's at my front door. Probably gonna get a massive copyright notification because KM&V is playing music. YouTube loves to go after people. Somebody's at my front door. Oh, it's my neighbor. My neighbor is on my camera. Hey, Leroy. Elroy. We have a viewer from the Bay Area here. The last station I heard from the Bay Area was KGO, which is now gone sports betting, whatever that is. By the way, this stream is unofficially sponsored by Stone Brewery. The delicious IPA is not exactly delicious. It's like a double IPA, 7.7 ALC. I like IPAs. I don't know why. So some of the tips that I learned, that's way too loud. Some of the tips that I learned yesterday on Lloyd's stream about dealing with gravehearters include messing with like lower sideband and upper sideband. Sometimes you can hear stations in lower sideband and you couldn't hear at all in upper sideband. And I know he's got lots of antennas set up, so he's got so many wires going in different directions. He can change the direction of his receptions just by a varactor rocker switch. I'm stuck aiming, I guess, northwest on my long wire. My long wire goes off into the woods and then takes a hard turn to the northwest. Basically, I'm aiming right at WCCO, which is in my backyard. Yeah, it's a sports talk station. KGO is now. What a waste. I used to work for Cumulus Citadel, and it kind of disappoints me the direction that they took that station. I've been disconnected from Citadel for many, many years. Almost 10 years. Well, over 10 years. God, has it been that long? Yeah, I used to live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I worked for Citadel there, so yeah, check your lower sidebands, upper sidebands. This particular SDR has a dual sideband DSB, double sideband mode. There is a cat on the table behind me. I don't know if you just saw that. See if I can pan up the camera here. You can see her. Yeah, you can see her right there. Maybe move to the... That is my cat. Right there. Her name is Maddie. And if you watched last week's stream, she is in the credits. There, you can see her better now. And me. Hey, look at that. The light is halfway decent. Yeah, her name is Maddie. She's a tortie, about 5 years old. Just had her 5th birthday not too long ago. Happy birthday, Maddie. But she likes to stand on tables. She's standing on a table right there. So we got KM and V coming up here. We'll check it later. We'll come back to this. Let's check some other graveyarders tonight. Let's make it a blockbuster evening. Stu Cat Mantha. Mantha's been gone for a long time. Mantha died in 2007. And she took several acres of land with her too. Long story. 1450s sometimes, especially in the mornings, is WRCE from Richland Center, Wisconsin. They recently flipped formats and their ID is like super clear. I also have a semi-local KNSI from St. Cloud that's on 1450, but their tower is like has a terrible takeoff angle, so it's mostly geared towards skyways. Like I lived in St. Cloud for about a year, about 2 miles from KNSI, and I could hear stuff underneath it, 2 miles away. They're doing a lot of talking. I need to shut up and let the radio do their business. Everything still sounds muddy. The wire is muddy tonight. There's a talker in there. That's... I'm trying to figure out who that might be. Almost sounded like Mark Levin. Mark Levin! Is he on this time of night? I don't think he's on Saturday nights. Unless it's a rerun. There's a country station coming up. Briefly, that was there. I bet you that's Breckenridge, Minnesota. Okay, here's Breckenridge. Coffee, so nice. Do you guys hear the same song? It might be in there. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear that. That same song is in there. It's a lawyer you can trust, Bradshaw and Bryant. That's Breckenridge, Minnesota, KBMW. They're common past year. When Lloyd does the 1450 frequency, it's going to be even more interesting. Boy, the lighting still looks terrible. It's too overdone. The problem with this web camera. It's the screen that's causing me to wash out. That's better. So I'm looking at my chat from the other guys that are here in the cities. Talk about 970. We'll go check out 970 while we're here. Graveyards seem like they're very mushy tonight, like more so than usual. In the mornings they're a lot clearer. If anybody can identify anything that's on my stream, let me know. I'll go back and check. WCCO looks like it's not so much of a mess tonight. If you look on the little bit to the left of halfway through the screen here, you'll see WCCO. It's the biggest spike. They're 2 miles away from me. The one just to the right of me on 1500 is KSTP. I hear music there.
And I'm going to do some sports tweeting. I'll throw out a couple of opinions over the course of a week. Big game happening.
Sports talk.
Something happens off the field. I'll give you my opinion. I'm not a hot take guy. I'm not going to just roast somebody or bury them because of
sports talk. Let's see.
But I'll give you my opinion.
Sports on 1450.
The reason why I don't do it more.
Could be Bemidji, KBUN.
$17.62 through the show. I know where you think CBS Sports Radio. So I don't get
that helps
for Twitter.
Quite a bit.
I'm not an influencer. So why would I give my opinion free if I
There is an awesome website. It's Topaz. I just call it Topaz.
Later in the week. So
but it's the
every once in a while, but I'm not
here, I'll show you.
I'm not going to fill up your Twitter.
Forgot my control keys.
I come out.
Topaz is
I come out. Watch Philly fans. Look what it's a brain show. I jumped off. Well, events you look like. And
it's free. It's not like the locator has a single limit on it. So it's easy to find out if it's a
Some of his passes were unbelievable. On the mark, downfield, 21 30, 385 yards, and 5 touchdowns. His top wide receiver, Jalen Hyatt, 6 catches, 207 yards. 207 yards on 6 catches, and 5 of them up to the end zone.
Hard to let me nail down
I could be completely wrong. That's what I heard. It's been a long day. Did I hear CBS or did I hear Fox? Now I can't remember. It's embarrassing. I couldn't have done this stream last night. There'd be no way. Personal reasons. I took a gummy and I was kind of high. You didn't hear that. Alright, we're gonna get off 1450. It's mud. It's just mud. All graveyards are. Let's check out 1340. 1340's got a lower sideband hum. In fact, we can zoom in on this waterfall. Check it out. Somebody is off frequency on 1340. There's several offsets there. But it causes a ugly hum. You can sometimes hear it. It's not as strong now. Usually this is KROC Rochester, which is a sports station, part of the K-Fan network. But you can kind of see that the resolution of this SDR is not the greatest. But there's another window up on the top right that shows the carriers a little better. You can zoom in on it. I know you guys can't see it, but there's definitely multiple carriers there. This is the second time I've done a broadcast with this RSP2 Pro, and I've been playing with this for the last several weeks, and I really love this radio. This is one of the best gifts I've ever received. Thanks to Les Rayburn. So if you ever see Les Rayburn, he is the reason why we're doing this. Give him a shout out on Twitter. He's on Twitter as well. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow me on @UB Studios, and I post my logs there. Usually before I update the website. I'm getting really bad about updating the website. Just because the SDR makes it so much easier just to log and go. I still write everything down handwritten. My last log was yesterday, or no, 2 days ago. Nashville, Tennessee, WYFN 980. And I saw somebody else on the Facebook group had that as well. So they must either they were on day power or their array was out of whack, or it was just good propagation. But yeah, I have a local on 980, so this was cool to hear underneath it. And my last several logs were KHRT from Minot, North Dakota, WKTA from Evansville, Illinois, 1330, and WYFN 980 from Nashville. But yeah, there's a very bad off-frequency hum here. It's called a het on 1340 sometimes, especially in the morning. And I believe it's Rochester that's causing that. So we're going to look west tonight. It sounds like my friend in Roseville wants to look west. So, because I saw Tim Trump got, I believe it was Modesto. He got a station out of like Central California from Michigan. The great Tim Trump. Yeah, 58 hertz. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. You're probably lurking and you're creeping on me. All you guys are creepers. There's a country station on 1340 there. Let's find out who that is. Or maybe.
Pretty good sport. They're really still out to dig up steamboats. Now, it's a good car guy running through the steamboat.
Radio locator season.
So, all flights are a little nervous when you're spending thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get down to maybe something. Is there really something on board this boat? No.
God, I would love to hear KPOK Bowman, North Dakota. Let's try it. Let's stream it. See if it might be them. No, it's not KPOK. KSID Sydney, Nebraska. Be a nice log from here. I doubt that's what this is. And everybody's in commercial. Probably Ladysmith, that's what this might be. I don't have WLDY. They don't stream that I'm aware of. Oh, so he heard California at sunrise, so we're not gonna... It's gonna be hard for us to hear California tonight. Sunrise skip is so much better. I've had a lot of luck with Sunrise Skip this year. Thanks to the SDR, I can actually record. There's a schedule button. You can't see it, but there's a schedule I talked about the last couple of streams. So, Fox Sports. Sounds like there's a rocker in there. Do you guys hear that? Like a with a guitar there. No, that's definitely country. WCSR. So mom and pop stations don't stream. Could be oldies. There's definitely music there. Or it could be like rock and country or something. And we'll go back to 1400. I know the frequency of the week is 1400. If you see the scroll down at the bottom of the stream, it talks about how you can submit your logs. Lloyd's website, DXCentralOnline.com, has the form. You have until next Friday, or next, I guess, Friday evening to submit your logs. A common station on 1340 here is KDLM from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. Pat's here. Okay, KDLM is playing Pat Benatar. I don't hear Pat Benatar in there. Yeah, the waterfall does look good. Let me zoom out. So you can see the entire band. Ooh, there's something on 530 that's coming up quite strong. Hang on. That's probably Canada, not Cuba. This afternoon I added I've kind of added something to the ground wire, because there's two wires. There's one that goes off that's the long wire. That's like 120, 130 feet. And then there's the ground wire that goes to a ground that I pounded in. It's like a copper stake. That comes off and that goes to that. I did make some adjustments to the copper wire this afternoon. Maybe that's why we're hearing 530 so clear right now. That's got to be Canada. It used to be Chow. That's a different call now. CHLO Brampton, Canada, Ontario. Then again, it could be Cuba. I'm not used to seeing stuff on 530, so that kind of excited me. Sorry. We'll just start from here and go up, shall we? Of course, 540 will be WXIG? Did they forget to power down? Yeah, that's sounds like Rolling Stones. Well, I mean, they do power down, but they're only like 250 watts a night. WXIG, that's a great station, by the way. If you love album rock, WXIG is one of the best stations in the world. Plus, they're in stereo, AM stereo. That's got to be WXIG. But 250 watts a night. Let me pull up their pattern so you can see. I don't even hear Canada tonight. It sounds like there's maybe a bit of auroral conditions today. That shouldn't trigger the copyright. Oh! I don't want you to see my Facebook. It's embarrassing. I have a picture of a guy sitting on a bench. That's my picture. Yeah, so here's WXIG's night power, and we're right on the little dot for Coon Rapids, right where my mouse pointer is. I'm guessing the other station is CBK, because there's two in there. But we're right there. Right on Coon Rapids. I can see Coon Rapids from miles.
We always talk about JFK.
550. It's interesting. Sometimes in the mornings it's WSAU from Wausau. Sometimes it's Bismarck. Sometimes it's a combination. Sometimes I hear what's probably in right now is KTRS St. Louis. Oh, what am I doing? You guys can't see us. I don't have the timing down that other people that are doing this do. Cat is still sitting on the table. There is a cat on it would be your left shoulder, my right shoulder. You can see her right here. That is Maddie. So yeah, like I said, KTRS is probably the main station we're hearing right now. Yeah, CHLO is Brampton, Ontario. There's also probably still a bunch of those travelers information stations on 530. But also Cuba's there. Cuba as well. The station from Cuba is, there's actually several. There's a Rebelde, or Caribe, and an Encyclopedia. Local ads. And And again, there is about a 30-second delay between me seeing the comments or me acknowledging the comments. I can see the comments come in live, but you guys will have 30 seconds between the time I see it. So if I don't respond right away, don't feel like I'm ignoring you. But the one thing I love about this hobby is it's all about experimentation. Like I was saying earlier about the graveyarders, you can try so many different methods, especially SDRs. You can't do this on some radios, like the tabletop radios. Some of them have this, some of them don't. Single sideband modes and stuff like that. It really helps improve receptions for noisy signals, especially if you have like bad adjacent splatter. Like 1490 is bad because KSTP is right there, but I can use lower sideband and just hear everything that's on 1490. It's just a matter of playing around, getting to know the SDR better, which I've done over the last several weeks. I still don't know everything there is to know about SDR Uno. I was raised on SDR Sharp.
Words that live in veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians who go out of their way to find.
That's the one cool thing. Like I agree with Lloyd about what he said yesterday. It's like it's cool to see other people's streams because you can get an idea what their dial looks like and hear how conditions are somewhere else.
And who are words that can live in you too. Show the world what your character is made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at TravisManium.org. That's TravisManium.org.
All right, crew, let's get started.
I bet you that's KTRS.
Honey, want to give me a hand?
They're usually dominant on my morning recording.
Your digging project may be
I would love to hear more Western U.S. stations. It seems like later in the year, like December and January, is when the bleak midwinter is when the West stuff comes in.
Don't wait. Call now.
560 is probably WIND Chicago wind.
800-506-5803.
Really strong.
Hey, it's Scott Tucker from Retirement Dakota with Scott Tucker on AM 560, The Answer.
Yep,
I'm
there you
here
go.
in the
AM
studio
560,
with
The
my
Answer.
trusty co-host, Jim Tilley. Say hello, Jim Tilley.
Of course, 570 was last week's frequency of the week. And of course, there's more than one station there now. I wonder if the sports on 570 is that Marionette, Wisconsin station that we heard last time, that WMAM, because they were airing like Western One football. Last time I heard them on 570, that was when I first logged them, was last week. It's hard to say. It could be Dallas as well, KLIF. I believe I have KFRM from here. Kansas. No, I don't. I don't have K-Farm yet. I do have KTRS, and I might have KTSA? No, I don't have KTSA either. Those would be two targets for me. Keegan. K-Farm and KTSA. I should shoot for those more. Especially since I have an SDR that's capable of doing it now. It's so nice. 580 is going to be a little tough. That's probably Lacrosse. That sports station. CBS Sports Radio. guys want me to check a particular frequency tonight, let me know in the chat too. We can tune around and see what we hear. Remember, I'm in Minneapolis. Yeah, Topeka's also, yeah, Topeka. That might be one of the two that we're hearing. I always forget that about Topeka. 590 is usually just Omaha. KXSP.
Second down.
I believe it used to be WOW. Wow.
Block lead away. Again, this is a team that's 64 seconds away from being undefeated. Snap
yeah, this is probably Omaha.
Steps, deep, long throw, pass to the far sideline is caught at the Nebraska 39-yard line by Rice.
That's the difference in quarterback play. We've seen it tonight.
You can't get around that.
Where else is that ball going to go where he's going to catch that? If that's
Monster
to the inside,
signal.
it's picked.
I'll get there. 680 country, or 600 country. This is probably, let's see. God. My log is so big I can't find it. This is probably CKAT North Bay, and I gotta get off that because it's gonna just destroy my copyright. CCAT from North Bay, Ontario. They're really strong tonight. In fact, I can't even hear WMT. Yeah, North Bay, Ontario. 610 is usually KCSP, Kansas City. Sometimes, well, especially during the day, it's Duluth. Duluth, Minnesota. Things are muddy tonight. I don't know why it's so muddy. KSKB's Jamestown. Yeah, it could be that. Could be Jamestown. I didn't think of that. That would be a relog. I heard them in 2018. I know I do need a new pair of headphones, by the way. I'm aware of that. These are 20-year-old headphones, and the side here just fell apart the other day. It's kind of sad. They still work, though. They're great headphones. They're just falling apart because of age. KJMJ, I don't have that one. I've been really getting into sunset or sunrise skip. See, this is what I'm talking about as far as using lower sideband and upper sideband. I have a local here on 630, which is WREY, and I'm luckily far enough away from it that I can hear stuff around it. That sounds like Jimbo Hannon. One of these is Milwaukee.
At a nationwide show that features
Jimbo Hannon on 620.
audience, the Night Talkers. He was based in Salt Lake City on, I believe, the radio station we're on there now, KSL. And for a while, he actually had this program on what was in Mutual Broadcasting. And so I didn't know him. I knew who he was.
That's where I got started around the kid. I started listening to that show when I was a kid. My grandparents got me hooked on it when they lived in Salt Lake. But anyway, I just wanted to compare you to one of my favorite radio personalities.
There's actually two stations there.
I was very blessed to get to know Paul and Paul Jr. and his wife, Paul's wife, Angel, over the years. Very
Sounds like sports talk.
thoughtful, old school gentleman, and would inquire about how I was and how my family was. Highly complimentary. Paul Harvey, one of the great broadcasters in the history of the world. Yeah,
So the sports talk station that you're hearing is probably,
certainly enjoyed it.
I would venture to say it is KMNS, Sioux City, Iowa.
650 Jimbo, 1866.
Jimbo Hannon is got to be Milwaukee.
Last night, Jimbo Hannon hosted this program. We'll be back with more calls.
KMNS is 1,000 watts a night, but they're directional.
The job is just ask somebody who hired their personal trainer as a caterer.
But you can see how close I am on the right on the SDR here to WREY, which is right there, and they are just right up against
Insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent.
right up against the carrier.
Which could save you hundreds.
Okay, this is what we call a wild monkey.
Man, I didn't realize how close they were. Look at that. Quite wide audio.
For expert help with all your insurance needs.
But you don't hear the splatter because I'm in lower sideband.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi
Pretty sure that sports talk station is KMNS Sioux City, and the other one is Milwaukee. So we'll go up to 640 really quick. Skip my local here. And here's another thing I have to use upper sideband here. This one's a little harder. Most of the time this is only WOAI. I have heard KFI from Los Angeles here on 640. In fact, I think it'd be cool to hear that. Let's try this. Let's try to see if we can hear KFI tonight. Don't hold your breath, but let's try this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up an SDR in Los Angeles area, a Kiwi. Let's just do one in San Diego. It's close enough.
If you played it for like 8 hours a day, maybe you get like 30 minutes worth of a walk, but like not really. You're kind of just moving your hands. That's about it.
See if we can get it lined up. And I'm going to mute here so you're not going to hear me talking for a second, or be able to talk. What we're doing is we're just trying to sync a Kiwi. Hold on, let me look.
And the winner of the women's 2021 Boston Marathon is being disqualified after testing.
Sync it with my SDR. No bueno.
I would say in like the peak of COVID, like when you're
I don't quite hear a match there.
it's the teaching gaps and stuff. It's only like over 6 hours a day, like a lot, like an unhealthy amount. But that's because of the school, and there was really nothing we could do about it because we couldn't really be together as a class in real life, so we had to do.
I did hear in the morning, a couple mornings ago, I did hear KNX in the clear pretty much on 1070. KFI is a little harder. It might be in there, but it's too weak for me to hear. I don't know. Maybe let me know in the chat if you heard that, because I didn't hear it. I didn't hear KFI there. But that's 640 is usually WOI. Hi, Charles. Hi. 650, of course, is WSM from Nashville. There's two stations on 660. One of these is New York. It actually sounds like there's 3 stations there. And the other one could be WBHR from Sauk Rapids. It's hard to say, but
college football for the last
670 is WSCR from Chicago.
They're flying under the radar
during the winter,
but they're,
like the bleak midwinter. I can usually hear Cuba underneath.
Into the top 4 after this week's win over
670. 680 is here's 680.
Jamal Parker listed 5'1", 177. He looks that big when you see him in person. But man, he is way bigger, right?
Somebody asked for 680 earlier. There's a head there, like a station that's off frequency.
Who else but Willie Jefferson? Incomplete. He tells one of the Lions receivers about it, and it's third down. And I'm like, what is Willie Jefferson doing in that passing lane? Oh wait, he just goes
Escanaba's been on lately. Here, WDBC Escanaba,
on the left edge,
which is probably what we're hearing.
away from him, and he just loops around to the right side.
They've been on
passing lane.
their patterns out of whack. Normally I don't hear that.
Pulls off and jumps up and taps that ball down. Beautifully done by Willie Stephen Flintoff with a rocket of a punt. Grant catches it at the 17, bobbling. 20, 25, 30, through a hole, 35, 40. Grant's looking good. 50, Janarian Grant. 40, 30. He's going to score. A kickoff in the first game in BC play. A punt return touchdown in the second, and the Bombers are back within one. And he really made that look easy. What a fantastic job of blocking up in front of him. Janarian Grant, once he got into a second gear, nobody was going to catch him as he just tore down the left sideline into the end zone. Just looked like it was going to be an ordinary return getting set up here.
Winnipeg. This is CJOB. They're playing the British Columbia Lions, BC Lions. So this is CJOB, Canadian Football League. They don't have the express written permission thing. Hope not anyway.
And Mark Leggio's convert.
That would be bad.
Up, and he is good with 11:30 to go here in the second quarter. Now the Bombers head and the Lions.
I did hear KNBR on this freight, not KNBR. Is KNBR on 680? Yeah, I did hear KNBR here once. A long time ago, 2017. We could do it. We could see if we can hear KNBR. Let's do that. Like what we do at KFI. I guess I am going after California. Yeah, you can hear the local ads here. I am pulling up a Kiwi that's in sunny. Let's do the San Jose one. The San Jose was a better receiver.
No matter how much grease is on your hands or how much mud is on your boots, you're always welcome.
Okay, it sounds like KNBR is also airing a game. I did hear KGO from here, yes. A couple weeks ago or last week when they were the stunting. So this is off. You're hearing the made audio here is off of Kiwi. Hopefully. Maybe not. Let me add an audio here. You're not hearing the audio off of... Hold on. I'll fix this.
The Guardians have 10 hits, but they don't have a home run.
There we go.
7 men on. The Yankees have left only 2.
Forgot to add that one back in. Sorry about that. You guys are hearing the audio now off of the Kiwi that's in San Jose.
And the pitch on the way, another change, and it misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike.
By the way, really quick,
so let's mute that.
Infield line story that we talked about in the.
That is a good way to keep the pressure on your quarterback. Put some points on the board with special teams. Kind of alleviates the burden off the back and Drew Brown a little bit. And he's off the field, though, as well, because the defense is going to be out here again for Winnipeg. So, Janarian Grant getting it done offensively, putting this football team tying it up. Mark Leggio's kickoff taken by Williams at his 15, 30, 35. Around Miller down to the 42-yard line. Shane Gauthier makes the tackle.
DelmarCondo.com or call 1-888-4-DELMAR. Delmar, logistics made simple.
Molson Export is the official beer sponsor of the Montreal Canadiens because we're the official beer of the fans who don't get their passion inside. Those who can even hear in the arena when they shout, shoot, come on, shoot, from their living rooms. Those who sit on the edge of their seat to stand up faster when things get serious. And those who
I clicked mute on the other one.
Molson X proudly raises its fans.
690 is a low ball.
BMW Laval, a world-class dealership where you'll find high-performance luxury service and a
I must be tired tonight.
this year. BMW Laval, the dealership with
Screwing up
over
on the
45
audio
years in
setting
the
here.
industry that knows BMWs like no other. BMW Laval, the experience begins here.
It's difficult to do this. Like, you have so many different layers to add to these broadcasts. Like, I've got audio coming off the SDR, I've got audio coming off the computer itself, then I've got audio coming off of this thing. It's difficult to do these. Well, I know you can hear the SDR right now, and I know you can hear me because those are the two meters that are mounted, but for some reason I had the microphone muted.
Here's what it is. Yeah. I don't know what to say. It happens. Even when it happens, if it doesn't happen, we just get off. Once again,
You can still hear the radio.
Yeah, I mean,
I have Montreal on 690, yeah. That's pretty common. But like I said, I have a local there. Not too far away. They're playing the Hmong music.
Right. The vote happens,
It's
the
pronounced
decision
Hmong,
is made.
but it's spelled
You then go out and have a beer
H-M-O-N-G.
together. Right. And you move on to the next battle.
It looks like it would Hmong, but
that
it's
is an
actually
art,
just
a trade back then. That has been lost completely on both sides.
Charlie was a
There's
lot more
actually a
pragmatic
fairly significant population
than
among
him,
people here in
and that's
Minnesota.
what, you know, you get people like Tim Ryan
There's two
and
stations
Landsman
that cater
who
to
try
that
to
public
sell themselves as that kind of
translators.
Democrat, kind of almost a Dusty Rhodes type Democrat.
700 is just WLW.
But no, they're not.
Nothing fancy.
18 tests shipped to you each month
710
absolutely free, as long as the
is either
government
going to be
mandate is in
Duluth
effect.
or
Just visit
Kansas City, I believe.
testkitforfree.com to register now from the comfort of your own home. That's testkitforfree.com to receive your tests shipped to you at no cost.
Me in that category. We got an
Of course,
icing
WGN
call
from
against the
Chicago.
Hawks here. Look at all those old guys down there. Yeah, no.
When I was a kid, DXing in Casper is one of my farthest
It should be a
stations
fun
heard.
evening Friday night at the United Center. If you don't have tickets,
I
I would
sent them
encourage you to
a,
get on the stick and get them. Should be a good hockey game.
I
Hawks
sent them
and
a
Red Wings.
QSL, and they sent me a bunch of bumper
Face-off circle
stickers.
to the right of Mrazek off the icing call.
They're probably airing Blackhawks.
McKenzie entry.
7:30 is going to be the beach from Saskatchewan.
Westman Communications Group. We're here for you.
You work hard to pay your bills.
Not
But
beach.
does it seem like all you pay is interest and the
No,
debt
it's not the
never
beach.
goes
That's
away?
750.
Call MNP to find out about
7:30 is
Your
Dauphin,
appointment is free,
CKDM.
and our trusted advisors outline options that will fit your budget to get you back on track. Call our Brandon or Dauphin office, or visit us
Sometimes I
online
hear
at
WSB on
mnpdebt.ca.
750. We'll get there
And take the
eventually.
first step to
We got to go
becoming
through Zoomer
debt-free.
first.
MNP
I can see that Zoomer's pretty strong on the screen.
Issued by the federal government.
When you're out in
I know the focus of this week was 1400, but it's just not doing much here.
CKDM is right there with you.
Of course, there's Zoomer from Toronto, massive signal, one of my favorite stations in North America. 750 is the beach, as I said earlier.
I just want to give it a website again,
Saskatchewan.
nicholaswelch.com, nicholaswelch.com. I don't know why, but this song just...
Sometimes it's,
a little bit and snap your fingers and kind of get you going. I love it.
Sometimes it's WSB Atlanta.
Segment of Retire Ready. Before we went to the break, we were talking a bit about our dividend stocks.
That's probably Atlanta.
I want to share with you about 3 or 4 names that I think are actually really good dividend payers. Because again, those people that buy dividends.
And I can monitor the comments. I do have another computer open that's going to show me the comments, so if you guys say something.
You want to buy a dividend stock because you know they're going to continue
Don't think I'm ignoring you.
growing their dividends over time. It's almost like buying
just because of where you were before.
from,
You got to
Detroit.
keep adding the value. So, you know, reading, seeing.
And
770 from New York.
The founder
During the
with
day, we have a
Tom
local
Erdogan.
here.
And so Jerry
Offensively and
780 is
defensively to start the
WBBM.
game.
790 is, who knows? Hard to say.
Area. We talked about this before in terms of the San Francisco and its cause for massive.
What do we have on 790?
What's happening here in California?
We have KXXX Colby, Kansas. We have Louisville. WKRD, we have Saginaw, Michigan, WSTW, we have Billings 790, we have Fargo, which is probably what this is, and we have WPIC Sharon, WVWZ Ashland City, Tennessee, KYFO Lubbock, KJRB Spokane, and WAYY Eau Claire. Plus there's a Cuban in there. There's a lot of splatter from another channel there. Hold on. Who's doing the splattering? Probably WBBM. I've been hearing Montreal a lot lately on one of the other frequencies. They're doing a test. 1220. Let's see. 800 is, in the day, it's going to be Sauk Rapids. Local, semi-local. It's one of the frequencies I don't spend a lot of time on, is 800. I should. I don't have a lot of logs there, I don't, really at all. Maybe 10 logs. 800's tough. This is probably WHB. 820 is going to be Texas.
Program, and I hope that we can do that again this
That's
year.
Jimbo.
But I hope that they do.
I think.
Peter Mayer joins us now. Peter, I'll tell you what, I'll start here. We're going to have to
WBAP, Fort Worth.
But Peter, I have
right next to WCCO. I mean, this is amazing. Normally this radio is all WCCO, which you can see how strong it is. I mean, look at this. They actually sound really good tonight. Can you believe this is AM, guys?
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Valley Park Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects?
I wouldn't know anything about that. 840 is sometimes WHAS from, I believe, Kentucky. Louisville. Yeah, I hear them in the morning. I hear WHAS in the mornings a lot. Of course, KOA from Denver is sometimes on 850. But who is this really strong sucker on 860? It's probably Toronto.
Ouais, merci à l'équipe, à la technique Pierre Dulon, à la recherche Sabrina Desnoyers et Marie-Claude Lamotte, à la réalisation Laurier Raja.
Oui, mais quand même un merci particulier à Sabrina parce que c'est elle qui devait faire la recherche sur la pornographie alors que tout site pour adultes est bloqué entre les murs de Radio-Canada. Donc elle a dû s'exiler juste pour faire son travail. Quel courage. Et surtout, ben, merci à vous d'avoir été à l'écoute. On vous souhaite une fin de semaine très
Toronto.
Oui, jazz.
I mean, look how strong that is. It's insanely strong.
L'inflation à
almost like a
l'épicerie
local.
et l'insécurité alimentaire des enfants.
This is WCBS and WCBS-FM HD2 New York.
Well, we just got a top of the hour. Let's go up to 1400 really quick because we have top of the hour. This was the main focus tonight, was 1400. I just have a bad feeling it's just going to be KM and V there for a while. Because we're over the top of the hour. 15 seconds after. I know you guys are delayed. I just have a bad feeling that's all we're going to hear. But maybe we'll review the other half of the dial on another stream. Unless you guys can give me a frequency, I can check really quick, but I think we're going to get out of here pretty soon. We'll maybe go to 6 after, see if something happens. But I was on 860. Whoa, boy. Sorry about that. 860. Of course, Toronto really strong. KRVN is sometimes here, but this is mostly Canada on 880. It's mostly Brandon, CKLQ. Sounds like there's some kind of racing network on there. No, it's talk. That could be New York. WABC. WNBC. It looks like pig, and it looks like a pig, and it makes me want to vomit. 890 is WLS.
Tells the Canadian press.
900 is KTIS, my local.
Difficult for the military to conduct missions overseas.
But there's also CHML Hamilton there. And don't ask me how I know this stuff, I just know it's random.
To defend our way of life now and into the future. And if we believe as a society that our society is worth defending, well,
cat is still there.
This needs to be a whole society effort to help us bring the armed forces back to where it needs to be for the dangerous.
But yeah, we're going to call it a night here pretty soon. It's about 5 after. So appreciate you guys joining me. We didn't really catch a lot.
As Russian troops are
as usual, I'll probably get a new log after the stream is over, because that's what happened last week. By the way, speaking of last week, if you watched the stream, if you watched the stream the last time, we did get a new log right at the very end, and I called it out too. I called it out on the stream. I said, WKVI, what the heck is that? I didn't say what the heck was that, but I just said WKVI. Come to find that's Knox, Indiana. They're not supposed to be on after dark.
Now watching as war crimes teams
heard that at midnight on the
to record
on the 8th of October. So that's what we got at it. We also got
stabbed and shot multiple times. He left
WMAM the next day after for the DX
have long been underway in towns throughout Ukraine where mass graves were found, along with other.
We're going to go till 5 after, so if you guys have any last requests, let me know.
This is the Canadian press.
So yeah, you can hear Hamilton right there on CHML on 9800. I don't know why I get worse at the end of these broadcasts. I just do. 910 is usually Iowa. But it sounds like there's something else there. Almost like a gospel. Religious.
Abandoned parched land, the crowded camps in towns. Their bodies are buried in the bush. While detention focused on the war in Europe.
He almost sounds like a drill sergeant.
World news from the BBC.
That's got to be religious. Is it KPOF? It's not KPOF. Who is this? Hold on. It's not Ohio.
The Defense Ministry said
is it Texas?
Assailants were both killed in return fire. Elon Musk says
not Texas.
Starlink satellite firm will
don't think it's California. Who is this? Who's the guy shouting on 910? Guys, help me out. We'll stay longer if we can figure this out.
The Starlink system has proved vital for Ukraine as it defends itself against Russian aggression. The network of small satellites that provide broadband internet assisted the country in restarting its infrastructure.
This might be KPOF, but they're not matching the stream.
No reason for his apparent change of mind, but the threat to start charging Ukraine
religious.
had been harshly criticized, as had been his earlier proposals for ending the war, which many felt favored the Kremlin and would have allowed it to keep illegally occupied land.
Greek police say 92 migrants were found near the northern land border with Turkey.
I know you can't hear it.
Some with physical injuries. Men were discovered on Friday morning near the river
because I have it muted, but there's a
investigations conducted with officials from the EU.
I'm trying the streams of different stations that I might line up with, and it's not KPOF. I just don't know who it is.
In plastic boats. Greece's migration minister
No,
called on the Turkish authorities to investigate.
Somebody said WSUI, it's not
has not
WSUI.
yet responded. Military vehicles sent by the United States and Canada have arrived in Haiti to support the police force in its fight against criminal gangs. The US and Canadian governments said the equipment would help tackle those disrupting the flow of critically needed humanitarian assistance.
This is your mission, guys. Find out who was doing the religious chanting on 910. Like, ah! And then you hear the audience. Ah!
Fixing the world.
That might be a new log if you can figure it out. That'd be so awesome.
Welcome to People
I'm asking
Fixing
around.
the World
We'll see.
from the BBC World Service with me, Myra, and
I have
Naveed.
my friends on the case.
This is a solutions program that finds people who are trying to make the world a better
I don't hear it
place.
anymore.
Today we're taking a positive look at something that most of you won't find
I hope it
positive
wasn't
at
as
all.
WSUI.
We're looking at greener solutions.
We're gonna
for
stay
what
around
to
and
do
stick
with
around until we
people's
find this one, then we'll go.
bodies after they die. And before we start, I would like to warn anyone who's listening
this
that
is on my case
program
now.
We'll be talking about death and funerals and other ways of handling people's remains. Something that some of you might find upsetting.
There's like a low talker there. Like that.
Back about 10 years ago, I
That's what it sounds
started
like.
looking into the funeral industry, mostly because I
Snake
became
handler radio.
curious of what would happen to my own body when I died.
For most of us, death is one of those things that we avoid talking about, especially when you've lost a loved one yourself.
ACR updates on
But
that?
not Katrina's case.
No, it wouldn't be
About
San
10
Diego.
years ago, at the age of 30, she found herself thinking about this a lot.
And I pretty immediately realized that I
Snake handler
didn't
radio. That's awesome.
want to be buried in the conventional manner, which in the United States typically
It sounded like
includes
James Brown.
embalming
I
and
live in America.
grave lining. And I also wasn't that interested in cremation,
Station to
which felt a little bit like a waste to me.
Now, death is a big part of our lives. Nearly 70 million people died just in 2021.
I did pull up the stream for
And even though
Cajun,
practices do
California.
vary across the world, for many people,
They are like uber
the
religious
options
right
are
now.
nearly the same as what Katrina
Christian
just
music.
mentioned. Their
That'd be nice to
bodies
hear
are
that.
either
Hang on.
cremated or buried. But the issue here is that both of these options can be really bad for the environment.
Conventional burial and cremation have a carbon footprint. The carbon footprint from conventional burial is made up of the manufacture and transport of grave stones, grave liners, and caskets. And then it also
sorry to hear
is
about
made up by
Dave's.
the upkeep of cemeteries.
Dave,
So you
who is a
think about
frequent
mowing
viewer of
cemeteries
this
in
stream, and he's also
perpetuity,
on my
for example,
Facebook group.
or
He's got a
watering in
cold, so
perpetuity.
hope he feels
And then
better.
on the cremation side, you have the burning of typically fossil gas in order to incinerate
Who the
the
hell
body.
was that
And that
religious
has a pretty
chanting?
straightforward
God, that was
carbon
weird.
footprint as
It
well.
wasn't
So you've got
KPOF.
a carbon footprint for cremation and
Although, let me
conventional burial
see.
that
There is
actually
a
just about
SDR in
the same.
Denver I can
So
use.
funerals can be bad for climate change, and if you're not careful,
That is so weird. Who
cremation
was
can
that?
also release dangerous toxins into the air. But Katrina realized that this
bound and
didn't have
determined
to
to
be the
find out
case.
now.
Our bodies are actually full of nutrients that can be really good for the environment.
KPOF is talking.
I've got something left to give back when I die. Why not try to do
It's
so?
got a guy that
And then I
sounds
found
like
out about
Montgomery
green
Burns.
burial, or natural burial, which is practiced in lots of the world.
Yeah, KPOF, I don't know.
Where the body is laid into the ground,
Cajon.
sometimes a cardboard or
Cajun.
wood casket,
I said
but
Cajun,
it's a way
didn't I?
of returning to the earth quite naturally.
Yeah, the H.
But that
The
practice
J
still
in
takes
Spanish
land.
sounds like an H.
And land is
I
a
should
big
know better.
concern here because burying people
Cajon.
takes up a lot of space,
Cajon.
and there are actually parts of the world right now that are running out of places to bury people.
And I'm a city dweller. And
I know
love
you
living
can't
in
hear this,
cities,
but
and
there's
so
a lady
the kind
talking.
of design challenge to myself was a ecologically focused death care.
I can make you
option.
hear this. Let me force you to hear this.
Take my hand, love. I'm afraid. Take my...
That's KPOF. She sounds like she's dying. Let's see if we can hear it on our SDR. I have heard KPOF before. I said Cajun wrong. That's funny. Cajon. My bad. I hope you guys are having as much fun with this as I am. I love doing these. I should do these more often. The problem is I feel like I'm comparing myself to Lloyd. He's got like an ultra super cool setup, and if you haven't subscribed to DXCentral Online, do it now. That's an order. But he's got like an ultra really cool setup, and I can't imitate that. I don't have the money he does. He's got like a whole room dedicated to DX, and he's got multiple cameras. Who the hell is doing chanting? I'm not going to leave until I figure it out. And I wanted to watch more Netflix. By the way, if you're looking for a show on Netflix, I recommend The Watcher. It's a damn straight, scary, weird show. Not scary, but weird. The acting is really good, though. Like the main character, the main father guy, really good actor. The Watcher on Netflix, I recommend it. It's based on a true story, too. There's a guy talking like a low, grumpy grandpa. I wonder if that was a part of WSCY's broadcast, and it would kind of piss me off if it was, because then it's not going to happen again. We'll stay till 2:15 or 10:15 rather. 10:15 Central. We'll stay till 10:15 if we can't figure it out by then. So we have 3 minutes to figure it out. Who is that? I do need Billings. I need Billings on 910. Billings is airing a commercial. Who is the low talker? There's a guy underneath there. It's hard to hear him, and I can't null WSCY. There's music coming up now. It can't be Florida, can it? Can it be WTWD? I don't think so. But let me see.
Most people. So
and I'm sorry, you guys can't hear the SDR, can you?
Describing. Families often ask for music
sorry about that.
And they've requested songs from, for example, the Grateful Dead, as well as choir music. So it's quite a spread.
He's talking about religious something. He's talking about heaven and hell. Good night, man.
Well, it's early days, and
it's an African American guy.
But since then, recomposes
Good night, man. Miami? Is it Miami, Oklahoma?
The costs are on information and cheaper than conventional burial.
Is it Miami?
Okay, that's good. The other thing I'm really wondering about is, what do they do with that compost?
Well, families have the option of taking away the compost.
Their stream doesn't work.
Using it to plant trees or flowers. But Recompose also offer the opportunity for families to donate the soil.
You hear the guy talking. The guy talking is what I'm after.
700-acre non-profit land trust in southern Washington. And
there might be
actually, there are large
kiwi that's
photos
in
of
that
the conservation
area.
forest.
Do you guys hear the radio now?
Recompose's facilities in Seattle.
That sounds lovely. But
I need to fix this. What I need to do is go through and fix all the audio in this because I screwed it up. When I had the SDR Sharp, it was easier to do this.
A very small carbon footprint. And on that front, it's very similar to green burial, but requires less land.
Okay. So if you're looking at the bigger picture here,
the
carbon savings from this aren't going to be massive. But
I'm going to look at the Kiwis in Oklahoma. I'm going to stick.
I'm wondering is,
I keep saying I'm going to leave, but I want to get this one.
Well, you know, I was curious about
There's something
that too.
under there.
And I did ask if I could talk to someone whose loved one was being composted.
I don't really have a lot of
As you can
910.
imagine, I mean, it's a very personal and private time. So that proved to be very difficult, especially as recompose have only recently
Oklahoma
started
City
doing these
SDR is
ceremonies in
death.
person again post-COVID. But what Recompose does have
That's the
is
problem with a lot of these
program called
Kiwis is they're
Recompose.
deaf.
And that's a way for people to pre-arrange for their future death care. And they say they started it because people kept telling them, look, I'm not dying yet, but I really want to sign up now. And one of these people who has signed up is Nina Shum, and she's 51 and is prepaying for the composting of her remains. So for me, that means I make a monthly payment.
I really like corn.
Knowing that
it's corn.
When I do die,
a
whenever
big lump
that
of
may
knobs
be,
has the
I
juice.
have my choice, which
can't
is
imagine what
to
beautiful
be
thing.
composted. It's paid for. It doesn't leave
I don't think we're
anyone
going to get
else
this, guys.
to deal with it or figure out what my choice was. Denise, how did your family react when you told them about your plan? They were absolutely supportive, and we loved the idea.
I don't think we're going to get this one.
We are working for you. Call us for information at 1-800-60-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again,
I have the microphone muted really quick so I can listen. It was fading up there.
So, in fact, this just happened a few days ago. For whatever reason, I chose to make monthly payments towards.
I just don't think we're going to get anything underneath it.
And I
all right, so
your payment has gone through towards.
Been live for an hour and a half.
And that email, surprisingly, has a lot of impact on me. You know, I have a really.
We'll go to 20 after, and that's the hard break. I'm going to call it a night at 20 after.
And it's the moment of which, you know, the flurry of the day is going on all around me, and I'm like, right, here is this wonderful reminder of my imminent death, whenever that may be. Do you think
that
all
the religious stations because there was definitely chanting
about death enough?
It's only like
it's still
a handful.
A taboo subject. I mean, it will come to us all
stations, but I
eventually if people who don't want to talk about it. I know, isn't that something? I think we all find people are reluctant to talk about death. It's a conversation that's supposed to happen behind closed doors and shouldn't happen in front of children. And when we talk about it with each other, I think emotion comes up, as it should.
I think I got it figured out now.
We'll see. Society to feel that emotion and express that emotion because we're supposed to be strong and happy and smiling.
Even if it's just a death one.
To break through that fear, to talk about. You know, this is the method of disposition that I've chosen. Hey, I'm going to be composted. Like, the more that all of us can chip away at that by talking about it, by telling each other it's okay, and by comforting each other when those emotions do come up, I think slowly we'll
radio theater program like with kids talking.
Now,
so I don't think that's it.
have a very interesting idea here, but I also need to mention that this is not actually legal to do.
No new logs for tonight, guys. Sorry.
So a big part of what
and I know I had some audio problems that I will work on
to let them expand their
for the next stream.
And have this as an option.
I gotta get it figured out so I don't have to.
Our mission is to bring this form of ecological.
You can hear both the radio and the browser at the same time, and there's a way to do it. I didn't get it. I didn't get it in place before this broadcast, but we'll do it next time. So we'll probably have another broadcast next week. It'll probably be Saturday, same time, same station, same channel. I usually like to go live around 9 o'clock, and I don't like to go live on Fridays because that just interferes with Lloyd's broadcast. I don't want to siphon his audience. Didn't see him here tonight, but oh well. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you to T. Porter, my cousin Ira out in California, Pat, Jacob, all you guys that joined, Keegan, Charles. There's more of you. Lacrosse. my wife. Appreciate you guys joining me. See you guys next time. Thanks for joining. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little icon so you can be notified when I go live. Man, listen to the noise tonight. It's just insane. I turn that down because it's kind of loud. But all right, see you guys later. Have a good night. Enjoy your Saturday. Have a good Sunday. Hopefully you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Driving down the road at night, I'm alone with thoughts in my head. I know I'm somewhere in the old Southwest, and that it comforts me a beacon of red. I see the red light flashing ahead, sending signals to the stars above. Sound of voices from far away. Oh, I never could hear my love. I listen to the radio. Oh, I listen to the radio. Oh, I listen to the radio.